Out, Katja Kiprianova. Final underway here in Hachioji. Third year running that we've visited. Capital of Japan, the largest city in the world, Tokyo. We're in a so-called suburb here in Hachioji. It's about the size of London and actually just merges into Tokyo itself.
Casual suburb, you know, as it is.
So women's one. We saw earlier on our 3D mapping. We'll try and use the 3D maps a little bit more if we can.
That's
just had
so
a first
cool.
go.
I'm just seeing it for the first time now. It's such a good idea. If you're at home, it's a way you can feel way more connected to the climb. You can see the holds in much more detail. It's great. Yeah,
And
nice.
she sticks it. Garrett was talking about that tiny screw-on hold in the zone.
Yep, important to be accurate there.
So this could be a really good start to the final for Katja. She tried the jump once, just missed it, and she was close that time, but made it stick.
Oh, brutal. She's trying to crimp the screw holes on that volume, I think. There's nothing that's so round on that volume.
You can see her eyeing the top up. It's a reasonably good hold she's going for.
But it's pretty long ways to jump, just straight. So, oh, she might be trying it.
What's the method? It's as if she can't quite decide how to launch.
Yeah. Yeah, I think she does have to stand up. Yeah. Looks like this looks promising. Yes.
Now she's fully in the zone hold. And
Nice.
that's a top for Katja. It took a while and she had to figure out the method. But
patience paid off there.
the only possible, yeah, really is a couple of top 10 finishes last year, but no final.
It's always cool to watch her on slab. She just dances her way up.
If you're just tuning in, Charlie Bosco here, got Alana Yip alongside me when we've got the women's final live from Hachioji in Tokyo. Alma Besvart is climbing in her first ever Boulder World Cup final. What will the method be on the jump?
Ale Alma. Oh.
The method looked right. Perhaps carried a tiny bit more momentum.
I believe Katja ended up matching the zone hold when she stuck it. So that might be easier, I'm not sure. To get 2 hands to the red and then 2 hands to the blue.
The initial moves on this boulder shouldn't take too much energy, you'd imagine. So we'd expect her to have quite a few attempts. And she just missed the screw on that time. She's taken some time to reconsider. That's the red volume that she's coming across with her hands. You can see the big blue zone hold and the red screw on inside it. What will the method be this time?
Oh, I think she needs to stay a bit closer to the wall.
She seemed very calm and relaxed earlier on when we chatted to her, so obviously not too stressed by the whole occasion.
It was gonna happen for her at some point, so she's...
Yeah, she's been knocking on the door.
Yeah, many times. Oh, you can see that screw on really well there. Oh.
I think you're right, yeah, I think the match is going to be the key, because when the right shoulder begins to pivot off the wall, it's just peeling the left hand off.
Yeah.
As I said, though, it's not a super physical move, so I think that's why she's not taking much rest time between attempts. Let's see what she tries this time. Maybe just a bit of time to ponder it.
Yeah.
Might be the way to go here.
Yeah, if you've tried it that many times and no success, sometimes taking a step back and a breath is good, even if you don't need the rest time or feel like you need the rest time.
So she's got just under a minute and 20 left.
Oh.
Still got a minute to go. As for the brusher, have another look at that go.
It's funny, I think, watching her get on the boulder, I think Katja could just reach the start hold, but Alma has to do quite a jump for the start hold there.
Yeah, and it's not an amazing start hold.
No.
It won't be the most comfortable position to hold.
But she looks like she's had no problem with it so far. Just interesting. Come on, Alma. Come on, come on, come on.
Again, it's with the left hand. Every attempt.
Light show, did they have that
The
today?
project mapping, yeah. Oh, there's Miho waving the banana. Become a familiar sight this year. She hasn't missed any finals, so
Yep.
that banana's become much more famous than it ever thought it would. Yeah, win in Meiringen, second in Moscow, second in Chongqing, second in Taiwan.
Wow.
Consistency defined. Now, what will
Oh!
method be? But I think it was a slip early on.
Yeah. Looks like those hands just popped right off. Interesting choice of the brusher to brush a hold that she didn't touch. But, you know.
The Japanese, they do things very thoroughly. Plenty of gamba from the crowd. Partisan but polite, I would describe the support
Yes,
as here.
there you go.
And she absolutely dials that and then instantly moves the right hand and the left hand back out to the red volume and levers up. And a bit like we saw with Katja, she's now trying to figure out how to go for the top. It's slightly more overhanging than it looks from head on. No problem for Miho.
Nice.
So the boulder hasn't been flashed yet, but it's been topped twice. Good start to the final.
Watching Sasha in the final.
I think there'll definitely be a few climbers looking forward to the start of next season when they can replace those moving graphics.
Yeah, now that everyone knows sort of what they're for and how they're going to be shown.
We did tell them, but it's kind of hard to believe that they're going to be shown repeatedly. So first go for Stasha. So it's, again, she won't flash it. Goes back for a rethink, jump pretty much straight on it. I'll say she's had a slight niggle after the semi-final.
A niggle?
Sorry, that's a very English word. Like a minor injury.
Oh, she did?
Yeah, she said she a little tweak in her back.
Oh, shoot.
But doesn't seem to be holding her back. She's certainly reaching the zone and the screw on inside it. So I don't think this is a power thing or an injury thing.
No, I'm pretty sure she'll get it. She's usually very, very good at jumping.
Really adds to the whole experience of
Oh,
you need some extreme finger strength to hang on to that.
well, that was close.
She wasn't far off.
Yeah.
I think coming at it from straight below, you'd stand a chance of hanging on to that, but jumping onto it from one side does make it hard. You've got that momentum to stop.
Yeah. Wonder what method she'll try this time. Oh, yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, everyone who's stuck it has done the double hands to the blue.
Yeah, that definitely looks like the way to do it. Just stop yourself, then move back right.
Yeah.
Moves like this are much harder than they look as well. Trying to get a pretty poor slope in volume underneath you like that.
You always feel like you're just going to teeter off backwards.
She's hugging that blue volume.
Oh.
Yeah, I think the way to do
she's found it now.
is to get both feet on the zone, but you've got to be flexible for either option. To get your feet close into you like that, it's not that easy. She won't want to come down having got herself this far, that's the problem.
Oh. Yeah.
Expending quite a bit of energy here. You can see the grimace on her face. Squeezing a big volume like that's just exhausts its full body climbing.
Mm-hmm.
And she still doesn't seem to have quite found a method she likes.
Oh, and holding that blue thing too. The longer you hold a big fiberglass volume, the warmer your hands get and the worse the friction gets.
I wonder if, I was about to say, I wonder if she might slightly reset, just try and relax her body a bit, get rid of the tension, because this is exhausting. It's like having a wrestling match more than climbing.
Yeah. Come on, Stasha. No.
Oh. Stasha Geo drops off that blue volume, and I don't think she'll try again. So a big round of applause for Stasha. Valiant effort, but how will she cope with the bright lights like this?
So far, Homefield has treated her well.
Yeah, I mean, there's been talk in the community, the climbing community, about how they'll be affected by the pressure, the Japanese athletes. It would seem they've been affected pretty positively.
Yeah.
And again, she's going left hand only.
Yeah, let's see if she switches it up for her next go or not.
This is her first World Cup final, but she wasn't far off in Moscow, took 8th place there. And a true all-rounder.
Yeah, pretty amazing breakout season into the Open World Cups.
Yeah, I think anybody that watched the coverage of Innsbruck's 2017, the Youth World Championships, knew this was a climber to keep an eye on, but she's delivered perhaps even quicker than people were expecting.
Yeah, for sure. I actually had the opportunity to go to a few-day training camp in Futaba's home city of Morioka last year. Got to climb with her for a couple days. That was pretty cool.
Oh, again, a bit like Stasha, nearly stuck that red volume.
Interesting, she's changed her beta every time she's tried this.
That method looks like it has some promise, but you don't quite stop on the red volume and then just slap once you've slowed yourself down. Although it has, to be honest, it has looked easiest when people have just committed fully and gone out left.
Yeah, definitely. She almost got it too. She had 2 hands on the blue, but fell from there. Oh.
Just looked like a timing issue there, but you needed to go a bit sooner with the left hand.
Yeah.
How was she to train and climb with?
Amazing. She's so strong. I think she outclimbed, I think, all of us on the Canadian team. Probably except for Sean, but... And she was only 15 at the time. And spoke hardly any English at the time. I think her English has since improved quite a bit, but the one thing she told me was, next year I will be in a final.
And she wasn't wrong.
Yeah.
Well, she's only missed 1 semi. So this is semi-final number 4, final number 1.
Oh.
Again, she's definitely getting closer. Yeah, she's definitely one of those climbers that when you meet her, you can't believe that it's the same person. You see absolutely crushing boulders, because she just looks like a typical happy, smiley 16-year-old Japanese lady.
Absolutely, yeah.
And then she almost pulls the holds off the wall. It's pretty impressive.
Oh,
she's close. I think she's going to have another go. She really feels she can do this move.
Yeah.
She must have burned through the attempts. I haven't been counting, but it must be 7, 8.
Yeah, but at least she's got enough time to get the bonus.
The zone.
Zone, sorry, every time. Yes.
That's okay. Now she gets it, and with the shift in emphasis in scoring, that could be really crucial. I don't think she'll have time to top out. It will take something truly spectacular for her to do it, but 4, 3, 2, 1. She might just launch. 21st World Cup win, a 52nd World Cup podium.
Astounding. Watching her climb in the semi today was no words. Just.
To be honest, in the semi-final, it was a different sport for Akio than it was for everyone else. I mean, nobody else got more than 2 tops. She got 4 flashes.
Yeah.
Only person to top Boulder 2. It was 2, yeah, Boulder 2.
Yeah, Boulder
Only person
2.
to do it. She flashed everything.
Yeah.
The route setters haven't yet provided her a challenge she can't do.
Yeah.
She did all the boulders in qualifying.
Yeah, maybe we stick her on the men's boulders next time instead.
And she's the first person to get the jump first time. Anyone fancy betting against her topping this out?
I think you'd be hard pressed to find someone.
Again, plenty of shouts from the Japanese crowd. What a statement this would be from Akio Noguchi. Everyone coming into the final was well aware of how well the qualifying and the semi-final went for her. If she could start the final with a flash, and it was the only one on the boulder, it really would send a statement out. Still got her work cut out though. We saw Stasha get to this stage and not manage to do it. Uses a bit of knee.
Yeah, didn't like that.
What mixed climbers call winter knee. It's funny how often when you mix climbing you seem to get your knee involved.
I can't say I've ever mixed climbed. Oh.
Yeah, you're not missing much.
Woo-hoo.
And there she goes, top for Akio Noguchi. So first chance to have a proper look at Women's 2, the real Women's 2, not the virtual Women's 2. Seemingly untroubled.
Ooh.
This is yeah, that's an appropriate reaction. It's a tricky move. It's going to be a coordination move.
I thought so, yeah. That looks cool.
I think it's chanting to the route setters. I think it'll be one of those moves that when you get it right, it feels easy. But when you slightly inaccurate or you get your timing slightly off, it just feels like completely impossible.
Yeah, it's pretty standard on coordination moves, I'd say.
Yeah. But got to be absolutely on the money with the zone hold, and it's just hidden. The tape at least guides you, but it obviously doesn't show you where the sweet spot is or exactly how to grab it. Relatively easy first move. Let's have another look. Lining it up, swings back. Oh, was close to that time. And it's not just banging your head against a wall. It's getting closer each time.
Yeah, definitely.
So here she goes again. It's not a huge distance to the zone. It's just a case of being accurate. That time she gets it. Gets about a third of the way up that right hand volume. And this is looking pretty promising.
It's like a pretty big move. No problem.
Yeah, leads with the right hand. Now, will she bump that right hand along or will she cross through underneath with the left hand? She'll bump it along. There we go.
Oh. I wonder if that...
Oh, there we go, getting the crowd involved. As I say, very polite crowd here.
Yes, as always in Japan.
Yeah, cheer when asked, but there's certainly no shouting.
Yeah, except maybe from the athletes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so all the shouting you can hear on the live stream is definitely the athletes, by the way.
So again, will she go with the right hand? She does.
Yeah.
And she's got kind of a foot jam there between two of the volumes, the right toe and the right heel just wedged in between.
Yeah, that's cool. Nice.
This is nicely done. Now this, so you're talking about the volume just behind her right heel might be useful for a toe hook. Let's see.
Oh, not necessary though.
Not necessary for catcher. Will someone else need it?
Wow. What a start to the final for her.
Helmet. Four-minute starts again. Take your time just to observe here. Lots of attempts on the first boulder without gaining a top. Very smoothly done on the first move. So the right hand joins the left. And now she's lining up for the coordination.
Oh.
And that's pretty close. That's the part of the volume with the right hand that you want to get. Maybe a tiny bit higher.
Yeah, she looked like she measured her energy output there well. She didn't just absolutely throw for it. She kind of gave it exactly as much energy as she thought she'd need. It's key in these kind of moves.
So Katja got this on the fourth go. Got the zone on the third go. So back up, ready to attempt the coordination move again.
Easy.
Yeah, really nicely done. Barely looked like a jump at all there. Just sort of shifted briefly and suddenly was at the zone. Really
So
smoothly
smooth,
done,
yeah. What?
That does require some flexibility and power.
Nice. Yeah, toe hook like that.
There we go, that's the one you were talking about.
Exactly.
Yeah, Katja didn't need it, but Alma putting it to good use. Just needs to get that left foot solid.
There. That didn't really matter. But of course, it was really nice to be able to get a top.
Again, she's got that move absolutely sorted now. She's got plenty of time, she doesn't need to rush here. It's a few moves to do, but more than possible in the 25 seconds remaining. So strenuous staying on there. Again, it's the left foot that gets crushed.
I guess she didn't try hard enough in the semi?
So here's Miho. Absolutely extraordinary climber.
All the Japanese are, I mean, pretty much everyone in the final is, but
this season, Miho, though, looks even leaner than before. She's she looks in top shape. As for the brusher on the foothold. Yeah, it was the foot. Didn't stand a chance once that left foot popped. That's interesting. We haven't seen that happen to any of the other climbers, to Alma or Katja.
Oh,
yeah,
it's not terrible. It's dual techs.
It's not great. So she pulls on again. I wonder if she's been spooked by that. Yeah, no, she'll still use it. It looked like she might be trying not bother using it. You do need it, really.
Definitely.
I was saying during the semi-final, when I got in the lift at the hotel yesterday evening, and Miho was in there, and I said, why are you in the hotel? You live in Tokyo. And she said, yeah, but I live too far from the venue. Tokyo is so big that even when you get a home World Cup, you still have to go away.
Yep.
She reckoned it would take an hour and a half to get to the venue every day on the metro.
Oh, yeah, that's not something you want to deal with the morning of the competition when you have to be in ISO by 7 o'clock. And
definitely not.
No.
It gives you some idea just how vast this place is. The most populated city in the world, 38 million people in the metropolitan area.
Wow.
One of whom is right here in front of us and has dialed the move to the zone. So everyone else has gone with the right hand. Looks like she's lining up to do the same. She is.
Yeah.
Just trying to figure out what to do with the left foot.
Oh. Whoa. Amazing body tension here.
You can see as well she barely dared to move her head back for fear of off-balancing herself.
Yeah.
Now she's set up. Doesn't go for the toe hook. Looks to be in a pretty good position. Looks to be in a very good position. Top for Miho. And it became our yardstick of how to do it.
I think I tried every possible solution there.
Well, it looked very smooth when you did it in the end.
Span of one attempt.
Looked like you knew what you were doing throughout.
Thanks.
So
I didn't, but
here's Stasha got the zone on the first boulder, but no top.
yeah, heartbreak for her on that one. Oh.
And again, the method's right. Instantly looks at her hands. Skin will be a big factor here. Conditions pretty warm on the wall. And they've been hard rounds as well. They've not been the most sympathetic, the route setters, this weekend.
Yeah.
All adds up to fatigue and skin being a big issue.
Especially for the guys, I'd say.
Why, just because they've had a harder set?
Yeah, definitely. I think you made it to... Well, in qualifiers, in one group, you made it to semifinals with one top.
Yeah, but interestingly in the... Stasha again loses the foot, but just about stays on. And again loses the foot, but doesn't manage to stay on this time. I was going to say in the semi-finals, it seemed the women, with the exception of Akio, who is beginning to almost not count, you were getting in with 2 tops and the men required 3. But
that's true, yeah.
Either way, I think both genders have... Nobody will feel shortchanged.
No.
From their rounds in Hachioji.
So yeah, that's one way to put it. Oh, that foot looks brutal. Oh.
Again, it's giving way. So it slipped twice on the previous attempt. She hung on to it the first time, although she was already at the zone. This time it slips on the launch. That's about as close-up as close-ups get.
One thing I also found in the semi is that the mats were really dirty.
Just chalk and...
Yeah, just chalk and dirt. And
whatever's coming on people's shoes.
Yeah, basically. So I'd clean my shoes really well before I came out, and then I'd have to clean them again before I climbed, and in between each attempt when I stepped on the mat. Yeah, partially just for my head, but also partially because they're pretty chalky.
You normally get a clean between rounds, but again, you can definitely see when climbers hit them, you do get some dust coming up.
Well, I think in the semi it was also just because there were there's so many people on and off the mats all the time, so.
Quite out of keeping with this part of the world though. I mean, you could quite happily eat lunch off any surface in the venue. It's the most spotless sports arena I've ever been in.
Yes, and they put down plastic in all the hallways.
All the carpeted areas, yeah.
So yeah, you don't ever walk on the carpet, you just walk on the plastic on the carpet. Same with the ISO area, they put down all the tarps sort of on the floor to cover the gym floor.
To keep the dirty climbers off the floor.
Yeah.
Again, big groan from the crowd. Just missing that.
Oh, and now you can hear the Japanese crowd applauding with their air clapper things.
Yeah, they've been handing out, I don't know what they're called, that was my mission between the semi-final and the final, was to find out what the official name of them is. Like 2 big balloons you bang together.
Yeah.
2 big French baguettes. blow up baguettes that you bang together.
Yeah, they make some noise, yeah. I'm sure most people know what they're talking about. Maybe? Probably?
I fear not, actually. Futaba just looked a bit quizzical there, not quite sure what she was doing wrong, if anything.
Yeah, it's just the foot that slipped there, I think.
So 3 minutes remaining for her to find the top.
Oh.
She's close that time.
She knows it too.
Just so you know, on the first boulder we were saying she must have used a lot of attempts. She got the zone for Futaba on her 9th attempt.
Oh wow. Yep, that's quite a few.
I mean, when the scoring system changed at the start of this year, it's always quite hard to predict how it will actually manifest itself. But I feel like we have definitely seen climbers going for things to get a zone, whereas before they might not have used the attempts up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which I think is good. It gets them on the wall more often and encourages people when they've got 10 seconds to go just try and blast to get something.
Yeah, for sure.
Because they're just worth that bit much more. So Futaba won't get the zone yet on this women's 2, but still just under half the time remaining. In a country full of talented climbers, Futaba Ito, absolutely one of the most talented and most promising, and she won't get much closer to sticking the move than that.
Oh.
Looked as if she perhaps went a bit too far. Almost had to come back to that zone. On 10 left for her. Crowd suddenly perk up. She's getting some encouragement now.
Oh. Foothold.
Really hard.
So slippery.
Really hard when you've only got 4 minutes to use your attempts wisely, compose yourself, question whether your method is right. So much to go through your mind in that space of time, as well as actually physically doing the moves.
Even harder when you're the only one on the stage with this big of a crowd.
Yeah, I think these split finals, I mean, we've split the finals the last 2 years when we've been in Japan, so it's always been this way in Japan, but I think the split finals do change it psychologically for everyone.
Yeah. 3 years, I believe. I think every year I've been in Japan.
Yeah, every year we've been in Japan. 16, 17 we split them as well.
Yeah.
So here's the woman to beat, Akiya Noguchi. Cruised the qualifying round, flashed everything in the semi, flashed the first boulder in the final.
See how she gets on with this one.
Yeah.
Pretty well, I'd imagine.
Yeah. I imagine she'll probably cruise it, but we could well be surprised. It's quite amazing when you think how hard climbing, particularly bouldering, is on the body, and how climbers' results tend to get worse as they get past sort of 25, 26, 27. Akiya Noguchi's been winning World Cups for 10 years now.
That's amazing. So much of bouldering, though, is being able to read the boulders correctly, quickly. So I think experience can be so important, and that's really what makes Akiya a great climber, competitor. Other than the fact that she's amazingly strong as well, but has amazing movement skills. But who counts those?
Just to let you know, that is the first time Akiya Noguchi has fallen off a boulder in Hachioji since the second qualifying boulder.
So since yesterday, more than 24 hours.
Yeah, she's since flashed a total of 9 boulders since her last form. She's fallen off this one twice. I mean, by her recent standards, this is a disaster. She still looks like the person to beat. She's just been extraordinary. She never seems to be injured. She never seems to suffer a loss of form.
Yeah.
She never just seems to have an off day. She doesn't give her competitors much. Really, she doesn't give them much cause for hope.
No chinks in the armor.
Doesn't seem to be. Now she gets the crowd fired up. 2 minutes left for her.
Come on, Akio.
Now the crowd are getting behind her, and now she's got the zone. Well, it won't be a clean sweep of flashes in the final, but Akiya Noguchi's got that move sorted. And if she can get her left hand to join the right here, you'd bet on her getting the job done.
Yep.
Well, we're seeing climbers really struggle with those moves, but not Akio. Once she was onto the top section of the boulder, it's just double checking which boulder it is. Keep going, there you go. She's having a really good final in season in 2018, second final for her this year. So she pulls on that right hand hold just around the arete slightly is absolutely terrible. It's such an awkward position to launch from. It's such a terrible hold to launch from.
Oh, goodness. Oh.
That's a horror show of a start.
That's the hold she's going to, I guess.
Yeah, it's again got a tiny bolt on screw on hold just on the underside of it. You can see her just trying to figure out if there's a better way of doing it, and yeah, this start is absolutely horrible. Slightly trickier for the taller climber as well, which Katja is, because you've got to squeeze yourself in there. And just getting the leverage to get out of the starting position is that tiny bit harder when your limbs are longer. .220 left for her to find a way. Here in Hachioji at the end of a very tough weekend for the competitors, and it's only going to get tougher because it's Sunday afternoon now, and on Friday they've got the qualifiers on the other side of the world in Vale.
Don't remind me.
So she's again just struggling to get out of that starting position. It'd be interesting to see, as we see more and more climbers come through, whether this start's overcooked or Katja's just not getting on with it, or whether it's being taller. We'll see.
Yeah. Not really sure. I don't really see any other ways.
You can see the start hold just left of the clock. There it is, absolutely minute, and it's sloping as well to add insult to injury. Savage position just to get off the floor. It's a minute to go, and she shrugs her shoulders as if to say, well, I've just got no idea. It'd be interesting to get up on the mats, if we can, after the event, have a look at this, because it looks it's a desperate start. Gamba, says the MC. She's getting frustrated now. with 20 seconds to go. This will almost certainly just be an attempt on the zone. She is having another go. This is a replay. That was the last attempt.
Oh.
Goes with the right hand. She's been with the left.
Does with it.
So here's Alma. Got the second zone, and that was on her third attempt. No tops yet. Just under 4 minutes now to do something about that. Actually made her World Cup debut 5 years ago, Alma, in Munich in 2013. And as you rightly said earlier on, it's felt like she's been close to a World Cup final for a while now.
That looks promising.
It looked very promising, went with the right hand. And as you say, that leaves the left free to try and get something on the volume.
Mm-hmm.
Right, she pulls on again. Let's have a look how she tries it this time. I wonder if she might go with the left just as an experiment almost.
Oh, that's cool.
That's great. The crowd enjoyed that. And interestingly enough, it didn't actually look that hard, and it's good to see her face as well. It didn't look as if she was having to put maximum effort in there.
No, it was just probably a little awkward to get your body around that red volume.
You've got the flexibility in your elbows and shoulders though. It seemed to work.
Yeah.
Kept herself nice and close into the wall, centre of gravity close in.
Mm-hmm. Come on, Alma.
Route setters might be slightly nervously watching this one.
Mm-hmm.
Wondering if they just overdid it. Two minutes left of her time. The challenge they've got, it would seem, certainly in the last 3 World Cups, is though that they're setting for the female climbers and then Akio. And then it has to be said that in the last 3 events, well, including this one, the last 3 events, she's just been in a bit of a different league.
Mm-hmm.
But that looked really good from Alma. Interesting enough, chose not to go for that press method again.
Mm-hmm.
From our position, that looked the way to go. She's trying it again.
Oh. Yeah, it looks pretty body tensiony.
Yeah, a bit like we saw with Katya, just a shake of the head from Alma. She doesn't really know what to make of this.
Mm-hmm.
So she's got time for at least this attempt plus one more. Going to take some extraordinary power through the shoulder to hold on to that move when the right hand does land.
Yeah, absolutely. Bit of a shoulder breaker, kind of.
Loose skin and tape it until it heals, or cut it and still tape until healing is complete.
I usually cut them, but I actually don't really get them, so I'm maybe not the best person to ask. I would cut it and tape over it, but...
That's from a chap called Osama. Good question, thank you very much.
Yep.
As an amateur climber, if I get a flap of skin, I just take a week off. That's not really an option when you're a professional athlete, so
No,
you're asking
really.
the wrong person.
Yeah, I haven't gotten a flapper for years. I think eventually your skin just gets kind of used to. Oh, that was close.
Yeah, this is Miho Nanaka, latest one to try her luck on this boulder, and she went with the thumb, I think, there.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of pinching it.
I think it might be easier, yes, the way she's miming it now, but...
Again, plenty of encouragement from the crowd. 3 minutes left. for Miho. On a boulder like this, when you're really struggling on the start, mentally it's got to be really hard to shut the crowd out. I mean, there's 3,000 people watching you in an arena, and when you're barely able to start, it must be really hard to stay cool, still use your attempts wisely, still think calmly. Is there another method? Is there something I'm missing? How did that one feel? What can I change?
I'd say hopefully everyone is just so in the moment that they're able to do it. It might be difficult, but they're able to.
Do you notice the crowd when you're climbing generally?
No,
Probably just hear them.
Yeah, just because I'm used to their voices, I think. Yeah. But yeah, it's funny. I couldn't tell you at all how many people were watching semifinals. I have no idea if the arena was empty or full.
You don't look at the crowd as you come out. It's almost as if they're not there.
No, because you're so focused. You're like, oh, it's time for Boulder Shoe, you know?
Yeah.
This is not really interested in the crowd, to be honest.
Yeah, Miho, hands on hips. Whatever the route setters were planning, climbers really haven't figured it out. Either that or the move is just too hard.
Oh.
That's the beep to signify 1 minute to go. Next time she hears beeps, it will be 5 seconds to go. Again, crowd offering plenty of support. Wasn't far off. You can tell from the reaction of the crowd, and hope you can hear them through our mics, how good an attempt has been. Definitely looks like the way to do it. And Miho clearly enjoying the experience of climbing in front of her home crowd. She needs to make some progress here.
Oh!
She's definitely getting closer. I mean, with 10 seconds to go. Well, she'll have a go, but it'll be something quite extraordinary if she can get to the zone from there.
Yeah. Yeah, the zone's quite far away even from that hold, so.
Still got a long way to go. And for her, it took her 4 attempts, and it was on the first boulder. Four minutes begins for Stasha. She'll know from the fact that she's been waiting the full 12 minutes that nobody's had any success on this one. There's been no big cheer from the crowd. She's been waiting a long time. Looked like a tentative attempt, just feeling it out. You can see the thought process. Swapping the hands. Hard to see how that would work. Yeah, she obviously isn't convinced. Interesting that she thought of it though.
Yeah. Come on, Stasha. Oh. Yeah, it doesn't look like she's committing fully.
Yeah, the first attempt looked like a kind of feeling the move out. But again, that one seemed quite short. Seemed to needs to go a bit further. You can see the horrible right hand hole she's starting on. Again, goes with the left. We've seen that attempted.
Maybe if you go with the left, you could stab your right hand back to that left hand, the left red volume starting hold.
Kind of put it in front of you way to do it, because it certainly looks as if the left hand's reasonably solid when it gets there, but you just kind of pivot off the wall. I think she's going with the been a tight final here. It's slowed right down on women's 3. We've had no one really make a dent on the first few moves. Route setters will be getting very, very nervous now.
But we still have a Kyoto climb, so, you know.
He'll probably flash it. Stash has been climbing really well this year, though.
Yes, she has.
She's having fun. Crowd respond with a bit of applause. I mean, she hasn't really got time now. I don't think she's kept quite an eye on the time, or either that or she's just staying out of interest to have a look.
The sun's really intense.
And then when it rains, it really rains. And it comes without a lot of warning.
Yep.
The last few years, we've had the most incredible thunderstorm at the end of a really hot, sunny day.
That's true, yeah.
Now, it's nice in Vale. I mean, at most of the World Cups, everyone mingles, but in Vale, because you're in that huge open space behind, I don't remember the name of the bar we're behind, at the bottom of the chairlift.
Yeah, it's
everyone's wandering around. You can meet pretty much all your heroes in the space of about 100 square meters.
Yeah, and the whole GoPro Mountain Games is really exciting to go around, watch some kayaking, watch some dog jumping, you know.
Yeah, dog jumping.
That's my favorite part of the GoPro Mountain Games.
I went with slightly skeptical and then stayed for about a short space of time. This is for Tabarito.
Bring your own pen if you want an autograph, because the climbers don't carry their own pens. So the full kit list is sun cream, an umbrella and a marker pen. Yep.
Again, like the previous climbers we've seen, Futaba is really struggling to figure out how to start this boulder.
Oh, whoa. Oh,
and she's close. There's not a care in the world. She just rocks onto her foot with her knee somewhere past her ear.
Yeah, flexibility is very important in bouldering nowadays.
That was a replay, by the way. Here she goes, pulling on again. I'm sure she's going to try that method again. No, goes to the jump statically or semi-statically. It's got to be the way to go. But no, I think she's going to jump again. I'm really surprised. Let's see.
Yeah, what an awkward looking position.
Oh, it's horrible. Absolute horror show. 45 to go. Nothing to lose, really. Yeah, I was hoping she'd try the levering on top of the volume method, because it certainly, for me, felt like the closest we've seen. Here she goes. This is what we want to see.
Yes. I definitely know what the route is intended, but maybe it would work. At least it works about the same as the jump beta.
So Futaba doesn't manage it ever on time. So here goes Akio, 3:20 on the clock. Oh, and she was close. Remember, it top here would put it on 3 tops. No one else has got more than 2. Boulder doesn't necessarily give her the win in the competition if she does get it done. I don't want to get... she might have held that. Easy to say from here.
Yeah, I don't know.
Now she's got the move sorted.
Wow, yeah.
And she can climb quickly when the situation dictates she needs to.
No!
It was close.
I remember at the 2016 World Championships, they had a bunch of new volumes from the company 180, and the dual texture was weird on those ones, or just different from what we were used to.
So here's Katja. I think all the climbers will be keen to actually get moving again. If you think they'll have had pretty much the best part of half an hour.
Oof. Looks kind of nasty.
Well, after the last bowl of the route setters, I'd imagine he'll be just hoping that somebody gets this one done relatively quickly. It's another hard start. Katja just creeping up around it.
Do you know what company makes these?
I don't off the top of my head. I can ask somebody to find out.
Oh, she's got that first hold now.
So she's heading out right now to the zone, which has a small screw on bottom left of it. All sorts of jimmying having to be done to try and figure out a way to free her hands up. Perhaps wishing she'd taken the chalk bag. She's got a pretty much hands off rest, or right hand off rest. Eyeing it up, it's going to take full commitment, this one. Might as well give it full gas.
Yeah, but also you don't want to give it a attempt when you're only half ready to go.
Yeah, true. She's certainly got time to top the boulder if she gets the method right. Now 40 seconds, and again, all sorts of manoeuvring required. She's got her right foot much further right this time. She's lining it up, she'll go with both hands. Given the fact that this would have been a pretty tough weekend by any standards, but given the fact that the climbers, the vast majority of them are about to head to Narita Airport tomorrow and fly across the Pacific to the States for another competition. It's been a very, very tough weekend's work.
Yes.
So she's got herself standing. Now she's just got to get that right foot out as far as she can. Fairly certain that move can't be done statically. You've got to commit at some stage to it. The wall's just too steep to try and creep right.
Yeah.
Go for it 100% and kind of really jump to the right, because what we've seen from Katja and Alma so far is they're kind of pendulating over to the right and then worrying about the feet when they get there. I wonder if the answer might just be to kind of hurl yourself almost feet first.
Yeah.
And then catch it.
At least feet at the same time.
Yeah.
Probably.
It's just, the problem is you're starting from such 10 wooden volumes. I've been told they're a Japanese prototype. There's no brand associated with them, according to our local organizer.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
They were here last year at the event too. I remember.
Yeah, they've got them in the B-pump gyms.
They're really nice looking.
And this time Alma makes it work.
So cool.
So zone for her. First climber to get a zone on this boulder. Now she's got to get the right foot out. Somehow creep up to get herself in range for the top. I wonder from how far down she'll launch. That was a beep to signal 1 minute to go. She's doing this really nice. She's found a little wedge for her foot there.
No!
And it just no point hanging on, no point leaving anything in the tank. Go for it.
Come on, Alma.
Problem is, it's very hard to get far enough right here without using up a bit of time, and that's what she's done. So if she gets this move,
nice.
Now she's really got to race. 15 seconds to go. She has got time though, needs to get the right foot out.
think she's
Or will she
forgotten that
go?
part.
Yeah. Alma Bessvarta showed how it's done, and again, a bit like a Keo on the last one. If Alma had had another minute, you think she might just have got it done. So, Miho underway. Again, lots of encouragement from the Japanese crowd. You see the hole. She knows what needs to be done. It's the left hand on the left hand volume and the right hand on that little bolt on. It's past the zone. There we go. It's exactly how you do it. And I said about going full commitment, and you said go exactly at the same time. It's exactly what she did. Her hands landed at exactly the same time as that right foot. And she's got plenty of time to get this one done now. The right foot's out, so it's really solid. If you can get that left foot established and get it secure.
Same position as Alma.
Yeah, so we saw Alma get this far. Can we see Miho Nanaka get a bit further?
Yes!
Yes, we can. We can see her get the top.
Nice. So
it's super tight at the top. We'll talk about that in just a second. We'll focus on Stasha.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we're just looking at scores here. So we'll keep an eye on Stasha. She's currently in 5th place. One zone, got that 4th attempt.
If she gets another zone in 2 attempts, or does the boulder.
Yeah, or does the boulder, she'll move up to 4th.
Yeah.
Yeah, in fact, she'll cement 4th. If she can top the boulder. Not many attempts.
Depends on.
Getting very complicated, this.
Yeah.
Let's see. It's not for a podium position, so we'll focus on the action. She's got 3 minutes left.
Come on, Stasha.
You can see her thinking, I want to go, but I don't really want to go yet.
Nice.
But she needn't have worried. Ever so slightly different in the timing than Miho. Foot landed split second later. Miho is pretty much all at the same time. The effect's the same. They find themselves on the zone.
Yeah, that's it.
It's nicely done from Stasha. Slap out right foot, jimmy the left foot up. Or a different method. No, bring the left foot off. This looks a much more strenuous way of doing it, and she decides to put the left foot back, actually. She can't quite decide. That definitely looks to be the easiest method, but you can see how hard she's having to fight. Presumably that's the effort of keeping that left foot there and pinching that volume with both hands. Little strides.
Yeah, well, her trying to get her foot up there like she normally would, that would be easy for her.
Yeah, you can see suddenly these lower moves look even more strenuous. A bit of a grimace on her face. I'm pretty sure that back's giving her a bit of trouble now.
Definitely.
As anyone knows, if they've ever injured your back, there's really no movement you can do that doesn't affect it. It's just in the core of your body. It's not like when you damage your elbow and you can go for a run or whatever. You are essentially crippled. So she pulls on again with 35 seconds to go, but she definitely doesn't look right, does she, in her movement? You can see her, she's all locked around the middle of her body.
Yeah. So, yeah, trying to protect her back, so. No.
Yes. So here's Futaba Ito. The incredibly talented young Japanese climber. That could apply to a lot of people. It certainly applies to Futaba. Only started doing the World Cups this year, and she's had a 27th in Meiringen, and then since then it's been semi-final, 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 final. Off to a fly. No, it's not bad, is it? No. Not too shabby.
Yeah, just barely 16 years old.
Yeah, not out of high school.
Crazy.
So now begins the creep to the right.
Oh.
We're sure we've seen all the climbers pause for quite a long time there, just trying to figure out exactly how to get the left hand on the right hand hold. And she's actually pinching the whole thing. The problem with that is, in order to pinch, you've got to keep your elbow over there.
Oh, interesting.
Unless you can get your foot up like that. Surely you won't be able to push off quite so well on the left hand. We'll see. She's not far off. So what option will she go for here? Will she pinch again? No, she's going for the method where you've got that left hand available to push off. Still goes for the high left. Again, really doesn't like the option of pushing off, which is... So she'll try again. 1 minute left. Yeah, she definitely... He really doesn't like the method that we've seen everyone else use, where you get the left hand facing away from you. Definitely, again, going from the pinch. She wasn't far off the last time she tried this method, and again, she's not... Now she's using it. But yeah, definitely doesn't want to launch from it. I think it's really the only option, and time-wise, this is going to be an attempt on the zone only. One to watch, I guess, if you're Miho. All of them know. They just share all their knowledge. And it seems to be paying off pretty well.
Yeah, no kidding.
It's working out for them okay. So, Akio Noguchi, this for the win. 4 Boulder World Cup overall titles, 20 World Cup wins over 10 years, 51 podiums over 11 years.
What?
She's never injured, she's never out of form, and she's here in Tokyo gunning for the win. This is her first attempt on the boulder. She's got 2. Any more than that and she'll be second. Again, she's so thoughtful in the way she climbs. She doesn't commit until she's convinced she's got the best way of doing it. Oh, and looks so solid on the move out to the right to the zone. Akio Noguchi just needs to keep her cool. That shouldn't be a problem.
Oh.
She's getting herself set. She doesn't look like she wants to bump the left foot up. Akio Noguchi.
Didn't think about it,
lining it up. She's going for the top hold.
Wow.
She's going for the win, make it 3 in a row. It was close in the end. 3 tops, 3 zones, came down to a 10. Just incredible.